The College Football Experience Week 4 pregame show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCE SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Eric Metcalf. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Football Experience Week 4. Week 4 pregame show. We got a pretty fire slate going on. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. I mean, we are a free show, and I'm just trying to keep track of well, first, good morning world. Just want to do a little we like to talk a little bit of shit from time to time, channel our inner Ric Flair. And well, on Thursday, your guy Pick Dundee here. Oh, I guess I should introduce myself. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Yeah, it's a free show and just trying to go through the 4 games that have happened. We have an FCS show too, folks, but just Charlotte -2.5, Dundee special. I'm sorry, Charlotte. Rice -2.5 against Charlotte. Well, that cashed in a lock battle against Mac. Then I took Lafayette -3 yesterday, FCS. That cashed against Columbia. Tulsa +11.5. I even said if Kirk Francis plays sprinkle the money line. He didn't play, so I didn't, but the money line still hit with Tulsa beating Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, which was huge for me because I have Tulsa over 3.5 wins. So that was a huge win there. And then, Iowa -2.5 cashes as well. We are 4 for 4 to start the fucking week. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Get on over there, folks. Yeah, I mean, just easy money right here. And I enjoy, I don't know if he's ready. He's got to let me know if he's ready. Because I know Terrell is going to be at the Aggie Memorial or Aggie Eagle Classic today between North Carolina A&T, North Carolina Central, a rivalry that goes back over 100 years. So you should check it out if you get the chance to. But yeah, I like to talk a little shit. You know what I mean? It's part of being alive, part of being fun. But this noon slate is pretty fire, and it starts with a few locks that I have. I was just looking at this right before we went live. I believe I have 5 wagers going on at noon. Maybe even 6. I think it might be 6 actually. So let's talk all about it. I am joined, I think. We'll see. We're going to test this out. Oh no, private chat. Okay. Yeah, he's ready. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the NBA Gambling Podcast, the WNBA Gambling Podcast. You can hear him on Betting Pros. Give it up for the great Terrell Berman Jr.
Yes,
oh boy.
Sir. Yes,
I like
sir.
this.
I'm here. You know, hey, look, Aggie Eagle Classic. It's a lot going on. I'm moving a lot of different locations, and sometimes things got to be incognito. Sometimes you got the belt. You see, I'm still a champ. You know, 20-1 future hit on the Valkyries to make the playoffs over there in the WNBA.
Woo! Woo!
Hit the coach of the year. We hit the defensive player of the year. Well, we got a dead heat in that one, but we still hit it. So, like, it's a lot of cash going on in basketball and football. It's been good. Kobe Tulsa outright. I mean,
New Mexico outright 17-point dogs the Friday before.
Well, I don't.
I mean,
they bring the in cold,
but they're counting down 7.
I have a shit ton of bets at noon as well, man. Like the game's kicking off in 52 minutes, so we got to get this. We got to give this intel out. I hate shit.
Kobe,
I hate just keeping a bet with enemies.
We know how the news slate.
I know, but look, sometimes you're on that gravy train with biscuit wheels, and you're just going through the fucking town, man. You are going through the town, and well, to me, it starts right here in this Texas Tech Utah game, wherever I see Big Noon. I've always thought the Big Noon cast is forced and terrible. Personally, I think Portnoy is actually an upgrade, though. Because
I can't watch it.
I just feel like it's a forced cast. Like sometimes you see like ones that seem natural. Like College Game Day actually seems kind of natural, right? There's elements of it that seems natural. The Big Noon one, I do think the Barstool guys give it a little bit of life because when you watch the cast, it just seems forced. It seems like none of these people. It's just
like they just spent a bunch of money and got the biggest names they could get to go out there and be up there. But I just be like, I'm not interested in anything any of y'all have to say.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. It just seems like there's no chemistry. But where there is chemistry is Pick D and Terrell Furman Jr. dominating on the pregame show. And Texas Tech, Utah. I have a bunch of props going in this game too. But Utah is laying 3.5. This did dip down to 2.5 at one point over the past like 48 hours, but now it's at 3.5. The over under at 58.5. And this is a simple play for me. Utah minus the points. You're in Salt Lake City, Rice Eccles. Texas Tech has never played in Rice Eccles. That is enough. I know they have the more veteran quarterback with Baron Morton, but let's be honest, Baron Morton gets injured every other snap. He's basically what's Cam Rising 2.0. So I am all over the Utes laying the 3.5. I think Morgan Scalley will have a good defensive plan against Texas Tech, and that's the thing against Texas Tech. Texas Tech's running the air raid, and Utah, Kyle Whittingham, no stranger to that, as he's gone up against Lincoln Riley plenty of times at USC. Also, Mike Leach. Sumlin was running it at Arizona at one point. I mean, they're just a slew of schools in the old Pac-12 that were running it. So I think they'll have no problem with that. I am fascinated by watching those two, the left tackle and the right tackle at Fanu, and go up against David Bailey and Romello Height, two of the better defensive ends in college football. But I'm laying the 3.5. I also have I took a Dampier anytime touchdown, rushing or receiving. And I parlayed that with Coy Eakin, their top wideout for Texas Tech, because I think they're going to be trailing, and I believe that was over. I want to say it was 43 yards. So give me the higher in that. I'm all over this game. You touching anything in this game?
Oh yeah, I love Utah. I love this Utah team. I've already bet Utah to make the playoff. I've already bet Utah to win the Big 12. I think that they've got it all. They're the only team in the Big 12 that I can say confidently fields the defense every single week, and everybody else can, 1 week can find themselves in a shootout. And so I think that Dampier is going to be able to move the ball through the air against this Texas Tech team. And then we'll also see the defense of Utah be able to turn Texas Tech over. Texas Tech hasn't played in Utah in years. And when they did, they went to BYU and lost. And so I think this is going to be a different environment. The home crowd is going to carry Rice Eccles. This is the chalk play that's going to hit this week. I love this Utah team. I'm going to bet Utah every single week until they don't cover.
Yeah, I'm on them too. I mean, I took them to win the Big 12 as well. Shout out to Troy Morgan. Shout out to Jacob Thiessen. Shout out to Brandon in the chat saying Elon Moneyline freshman quarterback, Coach Z, and Parlay Ray cracking me up. These boys bet single games where there's no cash in that type of betting. I think that wouldn't matter how much you're putting on the single games, buddy. I But hey, you do you. You do you. All right. You're the one tuning into me. So anyway, let's go. Next up, we got North Texas at Army. This is a Patty C special right here. Triple option team hosting a Texas air raid team.
Patty C, what's up? Shout out to Patty C.
Shout out to the great Patty C. He did hit me up saying he's going to the USC Michigan State game. He's got sideline passes, so I don't know how he finagled that.
Whoa.
I don't know if
Patty
he's
C on the sideline is a dangerous thing.
I was about to say, how did he pull that? Was
who authorized Patty C to be on the sideline? Which sideline is he on?
That's a great question. Did Michigan hire him to to pull a Connor Stallions? He's going to have a Bobby Valentine mustache.
I need you to look into that. Which sideline is he on? And we may need to consider fading that team straight up against the spread. Everything. I don't know if Patty C is going to be any type of distraction on the sideline.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's just took some guy out of Plowtown that works for the university, but I don't know. I don't know how he's finagling. I did not. But watch out if you're at the LA Coliseum. Hide the booze. Hide the booze and the smelling salts. All right, hide the smelling salts as well, and the burrito. Shout out to Shade Kenyon. Dude, I think Army's live because North Texas with the gigantic and this is on CBS Sports Network kicking in 45 minutes. North Texas beat Washington State so bad last week, and that was kind of a personal game. Eric Morris was formerly at Washington State. Now they head all the way up to West Point to take on an Army team that really has gotten a lot better. They had that one bad loss out the gate, but they switched quarterbacks to Kayla Helms, the veteran, and they went on the road to Kansas State, won that game outright. I think they're going to give North Texas some fits here. What do you got an opinion on this one, or should we?
And it's the fact that Army has also had time to prepare for this one. Army hasn't played since they got that win to Kansas State, and so it's like you have that win, you get to come down with the week to prepare for this game and trying to get this defense right. That's honestly all that I'm concerned about. As long as they have the defense ready to go and they're able to force some type of turnovers in this game, then they do have a shot. So I'm concerned. I see a lot of people on North Texas. I get it. I'm with you. I think I would be on the Army side, but I'm probably not going to bet this one.
Yeah. I took Army. I just took it on the money line, but I feel really good about these next two plays. Arkansas, Memphis. This is Arkansas heading to Memphis. Shout out. If Charles Walker's out there listening, I know I actually thought he was fucking around. I did not realize that Trump actually sent the National Guard into Memphis. That I guess doesn't surprise me considering it just seems like it's a common trait nowadays. Send the fucking National Guard. But hoping everyone's well in the great city of Memphis, Tennessee. Arkansas heading down to Memphis. I think this will be a split crowd personally, because if you've been to Memphis, you can fucking skip a rock into Arkansas. I actually, as much as I think Memphis is still a player in the AAC, I think Arkansas -7.5 is the play. I think Talon Green is a very underrated quarterback nationally right now. I know that it's back-to-back away, but does this really count as fully away, knowing that half the crowd will be Razorback fans? I will lay the 7.5 with the Razorbacks, and that's a bet. What are you doing here? I like the over too, by the way. Shout out to Killer B.
The Arkansas defense last week, and I get it, it's Lane and it's Ole Miss, and that's a really good offense. But the Arkansas defense last week just gave me pause for concern, where I'm not certain how they would hold up on the road here in this spot. Maybe this is an over type of game. I do really, really like this Arkansas team.
The over is a good play, I think. Like Arkansas's defense, I don't think is very good, and I don't think Memphis's defense is super elite either, or more so just Bobby Petrino and Talon Green. I think is just a say what you want about Petrino and his love life, but I think the guy can coach offense.
This would be a great teaser leg for me. Tease this down and just ensure Arkansas gets the win on the road? Yes, because if this got to be a little bit of a shootout and you pushed exactly at 7 because Arkansas got the last touchdown, then I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, parlay racist. You got Memphis plus 20.
Whoa.
You doing a crazy teaser where you're getting 13? What's that value? What's that value, brother?
Minus 900.
Yeah, I was about to say. You got Army plus 16 too, or something like that, or 18, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, I like the over in that game too, and I'm also on the Iron Skillet, man. I'm on TCU. I think SMU disrespected them last year. This is a chippy rivalry. Remember, Sonny Dykes got ejected from the game last year. And now that I think revenge on the mind, the last one scheduled, it's at Amon G. Carter Stadium, which I still think some SMU fans will make it out because of the rivalry. But I think it's personal to TCU after the way they got. And SMU ran that fucking score up on them last year. So I'm laying the 6.5 with these frogs. I do think there's another one where you probably want to play the over 63.5 as well. But I like the minus 6.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm out on SMU after that Baylor game. I'm sorry. Completely out on SMU after the Baylor game. By the way, SMU has not covered in their last 5 games. I still cash fading them against Missouri State on the road. They didn't cover the 29.5.
We killed that. We killed that, man.
Yeah. And so I'm fading them again here. I'm just continue to fade SMU. I'm completely out on this. Completely out on SMU right now. So give me TCU laying the 7.
Yeah, you can get 6.5 right now, man. Jump on. I already bet. I actually got the worst of the number. Yeah. I love the TCU play there. I am also on the over. I played just a total in this UAB Tennessee game.
What? Kobe playing a total?
Yeah, I'm a total wine, total bev mode, whatever the fuck. You're gonna catch me there this week. Total wine. I'll be calling NC Nick for his wine plays because the guy's coaching soccer. He's taking his wife out. He's got a goddamn.
He's going to the sideline at the UFC game.
Yeah, shit. You got Patty C doing that. I don't know what the hell's going on. Nick's out there on a goddamn trip where he's putting a quilt down. He's got a lunch date under a fucking oak tree. You know what I mean? Look, UAB Tennessee. UAB's defense, I believe, is the worst in all of college football, FBS. And when I see 68.5 as that number, well, first you could say, I mean, I guess the thought would be is you worry that Tennessee calls off the dogs. Like you've seen Kirby Smart, you've seen Penn State do this too. You've seen Georgia do this. But I think Tennessee's at least going to get in the 50s. And I think UAB, remember they have John Kitna's son at the QB spot. That guy was a big time recruit for them. Jalen Kitna, I mean, big time recruit by Florida. He ends up at UAB. I think they're good enough for a score or two. So I think there is a world where Tennessee could break this by themselves. If it just matters when they call off the dogs, if they call off the dogs. So, and I actually like laying the 39.5 too, because I think UAB is fucking terrible. So you got to play on this one.
I'm going to just tell you with the overplay. It sounds like a good play. I could see this Tennessee team putting up a hefty score after, the debacle that happened last week. And UAB, I swear they're not as bad as you think they are. The offense will be able to put up something.
Yeah, I think the offense is actually the strong suit of the team. But, so those are the plays I am on right at noon. You got anything in this Syracuse Clemson game? I stayed away personally, but I think it was.
I stayed off the Syracuse Clemson game. If I were to go anyway, I got to trust my guy Fran Brown. I'm always going to pick Fran Brown. Yeah.
And Joe, you might not want to Google that situation. That's not a good situation, but I don't know what really happened because I believe the charges were dropped, I think, but either way, I don't think it's a good scenario to be involved in. Chapel Bill heading into the moon bounce to take on UCF at 3:30.
This UNC team could suck.
Look, Scott Frost and UCF haven't looked great this year either. You like laying the 7 against these Heels? The over under at 46.5.
Well, they did cover against my North Carolina A&T Aggies, but that doesn't really say much at all. I don't think so.
I also think you lost 2 or 3 quarterbacks that game, right?
Oh, dude. I mean, everything's just all bad over here. But
you got the win last night. We
live.
locked up. Me and Lante locked up the A&T against, what was it? Hampton last week, I believe.
Oh yeah, for the dub.
Yeah, we got that. It took it was a little stress, but we got it.
So literally, we were at a fight party at Greensboro, and like half of the party came in after the A&T game, like right before the fight started, because the game went so long.
Yeah, I mean, look, so people are making fun of your list. I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked there as you were telling me that.
I got a list. Do I sound like I have a list?
It's like me. Remember when I had the list? I think it's just a cell phone thing, man. Yeah. Sipping that beautiful whiskey. Brandon saying North Carolina money line. I actually think if I had to take it, I don't think it's a bad play because I think UCF's offense looked pretty shitty week one, not week 2, but week 1 when they played Jacksonville State. Yeah, I'm probably not going to bet that, but I don't know. Do you have any action on that one?
No, but I just couldn't get to North Carolina because I just don't like this Charlotte team. And I think that North Carolina looked horrible against Charlotte, despite a 20-3 win. And they did not look great. And so, yeah, Scott Frost versus Chapel Bill doesn't seem like a play I want to talk about.
I will say St. Christopher in the chat. Shout out to St. Christopher. Clemson -5.5 first quarter against Syracuse. That is not bad. Because you figure Clemson, Dabo's been coming at the media, talking about they want to fire me, they can fire me. I've been, to the mountaintop a couple times here. I actually kind of like that play because I think if Syracuse stays in this game, it'll be towards. I think out the gate, I expect Clemson behind that home crowd to be a big edge there for the first quarter, maybe even the first drive. So Clemson -5.5 first quarter. I kind of like it, St. Christopher. Yeah, Stephen A say, can you get a I'm an East Carolina fan, Terrell, or a Blake Bortles is better than Dak Prescott. People need to understand that I was not saying that. I was quoting Kramer. Go back to that original episode. So when I call in, I'm talking shit on Kramer for saying he thought Blake Bortles is better than Dak Prescott. They took that clip. So now it sounds like I am saying Blake Bortles is better than Dak Prescott. I have never once thought that in my fucking life.
How did the media?
I have never. Yeah. God damn it. These slime bastards over here. You know what I mean?
I am an East Carolina fan.
Well, that one's actually legit. That one is legit. They might have just that one's legit. So yeah. How about this Oregon State game, the Civil War? This line's come down 3 points. Oregon laying 33.5 at Autzen Stadium against the Beavs. The Beavs are, dude, it's terrible what's happened at Oregon State. I feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like Oregon State's like, to me,
I feel sorry for the one dude. I can't. Oh man, I'm so bad with names. I can't remember his name, but he's so cool. We were hanging out in Vegas, and he's the Oregon State guy, and we were talking Oregon State a lot. That was like a few years ago.
I know who you're talking about too.
What's his name again?
I know his
the
name
guy.
too.
He's the Oregon State guy. Oh, I can't remember his name. He's cool.
I know what you're
talking.
Yeah. He was there with his wife. He was there with his wife or girlfriend, I believe, right? Yeah. Why can't I think of it either? I can't think.
I can't remember. Yeah. Wrong. But give me Oregon State plus the points. It's still a rivalry game. Too much.
Yeah, 33.5 is just. I'm still taking it, even though I know Dan Lanning can really throw it on some of these teams. Purdue, Notre Dame. This is one that I did bet, but I don't know. I guess I'd still bet it because of the hook, but 20. I got 26.5. It's down to 24.5. I took Purdue in the points. I think they can stay in this game. I think 24.5. You're still good. To me, when it goes under 24, is probably where you might get a little. I would probably back away at that point. But look, here's my logic. Is I think Barry Odom has made Purdue a lot tougher. You saw them cover against USC. Notre Dame embarrassed them last year when Ryan Walters was the head coach, 66-7. I just think, I know that a lot of that roster is gone, but I think Purdue can stay within that number. And I still think there's part of having CJ Carr as a freshman quarterback. I think he looks good. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in time, but I still think laying 24.5, it's a big number considering Notre Dame's defense has looked like shit so far. And then you have a freshman quarterback. So I'm on the Boilermakers. You got to play on this one.
I don't believe in it. I think this is the Marcus Freeman begins to cover games again and show y'all that, he's really good against the spread. We've seen this story before where Notre Dame has looked like crap and then come in and just absolutely torches Purdue. I think Notre Dame's just going to put up too heavy of a score, and I just don't think Purdue's going to be able to score on that Notre Dame defense. So I actually think Notre Dame's going to cover the number.
Blue Ridge Mountain Showdown, JMU at Liberty. I reached out to my Liberty people that cover the team. They told me don't panic.
Out of there?
Which one? But this is one where they told me not to panic. I'm going to take Liberty in the points. I do think the money line could be live, even though JMU's laying 7.5. What are you doing here?
I think the money line actually is live. I think Terrace gets one here. It's a lot of chatter and a lot of talk, and he's been horrible as of late, but I don't believe in this JMU team. I think they look like shit.
But this is a chippy rivalry too. They hadn't played it in like a decade, but I just know Patty C will tell me this one, it's a chippy rivalry. They do not like each other. So I'm excited to watch that one, man. Auburn is at Oklahoma. This might be the game of the day here. Hughes Strip Club Freeze coming into Oklahoma Memorial Stadium to take on John Mateer. I swear I was just fucking around with my friends on that parlay. I did not bet that. I was actually ordering pizza. Oklahoma's laying 7.5. I have a bet on Oklahoma. It's gone up. It's gone up. So I don't know that it would be as good as a wager right now. Actually, I think 6.5. There's 6.5 out there right now. So actually, if you can get 6.5, I'm back in. Take Oklahoma minus the points.
I don't think Jackson Arnold's going to be able to move the football on this OU defense. That's ultimately what this is. I think OU's defense is a championship level defense, and Venables has the scheme and the players and the talent and the buy-in on that side of ball. Now, offensively, Mateer can be a jackass at times, and that may give them some opportunities, but I just don't think that they're going to consistently find enough offense on the Auburn side, and that defense doesn't give me any hope after seeing what Baylor did and how Baylor was able to move the football on them in a loss. So yeah, I just think this is it. The Jackson Arnold run ends here. OU covers the number rather easily.
Yeah, I mean Venables is going to know his weaknesses, I think. So I'm going to lay that. I'm with you. Double lock. I just want to hit on Easy if you're still listening to this, because he says he's currently tailgating at the game. Easy's a longtime JMU fan, and what are you tailgating with? Isn't that a dry campus? Fucking hitting some high C, playing some beer pong high C out there. Smoking candy cigarettes.
On the Lynchburg, Kansas. You're bringing alcohol and all that stuff to that Christian school?
Please tell me what you're doing. If I had to do this, Easy, and I'm assuming you might be doing this right now, is that you get as close as you can to the campus and you find like a Harris Teeter parking lot or something, or whatever grocery store that is up there, Giant Food, right? And you're sitting in that parking lot and you're just having a good time. You set up your own tailgate at a random grocery store parking lot where you can still have booze, right? Because going into the stadium, I'll be honest, that stadium is fire. But one of the things that's kept me away from the stadium is knowing that you can't have fun. Besides watching football,
knowing that you can't have fun.
It's like, dude, you can't curse, you can't drink. I feel like they have rules against cursing. I've heard that at least. That the citations. We're not students, so I'm sure we can curse. But yeah,
we used to make fun of my track coach because he ran track at Liberty because he couldn't watch like rated R movies in the dorms.
See, that's what I'm saying. Unbelievable. And what's crazy is you're actually going to make them rebel even more. From my experiences, at least. But please, easy. He goes, we're on campus, just drinking away. Huh. Interesting. So maybe am I the one misreading it? Because that's the thing. It's like the news. It's like them taking my Blake Bortles better than Dak Prescott. Sometimes maybe it's the news just misrepresenting a far right institution. I don't know. I've never been, but
shout out to the Piggly Wiggly.
Shout out to Piggly Wiggly. If you're doing it right outside Piggly Wiggly right now, you are tuning in to the college football experience soul. Next up, we got Tulane at Ole Miss. This line has come down, and I know some of it's probably because Austin Simmons is not playing, but man, I'm a big fan of Trinidad Chambliss, the backup quarterback. He balled out last week. Transfer from Ferris State. Now at the same time, Jake Retzlaff. Hey, Liberty fans, cover your ears. Retzlaff started getting pussy on the regular, and he's been playing incredible, Terrell, ever since. So, so a motto about life that I think I'll just say that I do believe you can be more successful in life with the more ass you get. No, I believe that, but that's just my dumb beliefs. I'm a fucking idiot. But hey, the points in Tulane. What do you think?
Is this one of those games where we just want him to be able to keep up for the plot, or is this just a Lane comes out and just offensively this team is just on fire?
Lane's offense is going to roll, I think, but I also think their defense is kind of weak, and we kind of saw. I mean, Arkansas had over 500 yards of offense last week against them. And that was at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, so I think they can kind of do something similar with Tulane here, like especially they've been running Retzlaff. I think they can stay within that number, man. Shout out to Will Mormon in the chat too. The tennis god, he says. He's been appreciate you, Will, tuning in, brother. Good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
There we go. He's going. You're dabbling in the tennis, I see.
I'll take Tulane in the points.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in there. Michigan at Nebraska. I bet Nebraska here. I hope this doesn't burn me because over the past 5 years, I feel like Nebraska has fucked me a lot. But my thing is Bryce Underwood's second road start at a very lit. Yeah.
This might be different. This might be different, maybe, because I've been up and down on Nebraska all week. At first, I was all in because you got to think this is year 3, Matt Rule. Year 3 at Temple, 10+ wins. Year 3 at Baylor, you're ranked 10+ wins. Great season. The schedule is so soft. This is the biggest game of the season. I mean, if you're just a casual ball watcher and you live in Nebraska and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to a Nebraska game this season. Which game am I going to go to? You look at the schedule, Michigan, duh. So everybody's going to be there. But why is Matt Rule on podcasts talking and doing all of this
that's right. You sent me all those texts. What the fuck is he doing, dude?
Oh, dude, what are you doing? Like, what? Dog, lock in. This is the one game you have to give a fuck about. The one game.
Somebody's got to tell him his personality is not that captivating. Why the fuck are you on this many radio shows and podcasts? That is a little nervous. That's making me a little nervous. Yeah.
He has all the recruits. He's got like 6 5-stars, like 15 4-stars. Like all of his recruits are coming to this game. Why? I don't know, man. I'm on Nebraska, but Matt Rule's not making it easy for me. He's really not.
I'm on Nebraska too, and I'd already bet this, a while back. But that's a good point. It's like, what the fuck are you? He's doing too much. He's doing too much.
Doing way too much.
Yeah. Like, to me, I understand it if it's like Spurrier or Dion or like, because to me, like, that's part of the MO of like how they sell their institution, and that they're interesting people because of that. They're like, you never know what they're going to say. Matt Rule, like, I feel like is just no disrespect to Matt Rule. I think he's a good football coach.
He's like, he saw the gimmick on TV and he said, yeah, I'm going to try to do that.
Yeah. I can't get on. Look, Michigan's They're too snobby. They're giving my guy Biff Poggi a hard time. He wants to wear a cutoff. They won't wear. Last time I checked, this is the United States of America. What the fuck's going on there? It's like David Stern's goddamn. Remember when David Stern put that shit in? He saw like Allen Iverson wearing like a backwards hat. Hey, let's not be racist, but be completely racist. Remember his fashion shit? You remember David Stern doing that?
Yep.
Where the fuck are you at? You in a helicopter right now? Good God.
He said now everybody's got to be in suit and tie, and then that's when the big flashy suit and ties came out.
I fucking hate David Stern, dude. That's one guy I would love to like. He's dead now, but if you told me I could punch someone in the face and I'd have a free punch to the face, David Stern's pretty high up on my list. He's such a smug prick to me. Like saying that shit too. It's like he's just hilarious. I was like, dude, I've been to the US Air Arena, the Cap Center, dude. But your audio is fucking horrible right now, dude. I think you should reconnect.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like in a helicopter right now. NC State is at Duke. I have a large wager on the Duke Blue Devils -2.5. I think this is it. NC State's defense is not very good. Now they did bottle up Robbie Ashford in the second half of that Wake game, but I think this is the game where Duke can actually really move the ball on them. Mensa still had a good game throwing the ball last week. It just didn't work out. They turned the ball over to him. They've had terrible ball security so far, but I think Duke gets it done. Lay the 2.5. Hey, I think he's back. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh boy, buddy, where the fuck are you at right now?
No, what happened? It was just working.
It sounds like. Keep talking. Let me see. What are you doing to this Duke? He left. Duke NC State. I think Duke is a smash play right here. Anyway, how large should you invest? Well, it depends what you're working with. You know, it's like the guy talking before. It's like these single bets aren't going to get you anywhere. Well, yeah, it will if you bet fucking $5,000 or whatever the money that you like. It all matters how much money you're sitting with, you know? So I think, I feel very strongly about it though. It's one of my top 7 plays. I think Duke will win that game. Call 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE for the next 7. I also think Temple's going to cover against Georgia Tech, getting 24.5. I think Georgia Tech will be asleep. If you're looking for a first half money line, I think we talked about this on the reaction show or the Wednesday night show. I believe at that time, someone in the chat, can you pull up Temple first half money line? Because I think there is value on that. And I want to say it was like 11-1 on Wednesday. So I don't know what it currently is. But why not dabble in that? And also in the chat, we had, shout out to Brandon Shirk, said, Kobe, you're the GOAT. But someone was asking earlier, and I'm sorry, this thing's going too fast, which is a good problem to have. There you go. Tyler from Spartanburg. Do I like Kansas to cover? I love Kansas to cover. They're laying 12.5 against West Virginia. Smash this fucking play, dude. I don't give a shit about Mac. He got his old apartment back here, right? This is just all about the situation. Rich Rodriguez was like crying. He was like fucking, you could see the emotions. The whole town's been partying. Now they got to go to David Booth Memorial Stadium. Kansas had a bye week too. So Leipold, one of the best X's and O's coaches, I think, in college football, gets 2 weeks to prep and gets to sit back and watch that backyard brawl. I think Kansas is going to win. Like, honestly, I think it's going to be like 42-17 or something like that. 42-24, something like that. Load up. We should talk about South Carolina, Missouri. I did not play this game, but I think Lenore Sellers is going to play, based on what I saw. That to me makes it interesting, and that's probably why you should take Carolina plus the 10.5 at that point. I still haven't bet this game, but if he plays, I think they can stay within that number. Yeah, Brandon saying Temple plus 700 first half. You know what it is? Shane and Brandon. Can you give me Washington State money line first half, because that's an interesting one. You guys want to get you know what? Let's fucking do this right now. Let's do this right now. I think it's worth taking a shot. This is going to sound a little crazy, but someone right now, it's hard to do it while you're hosting a show, especially with no co-host, but let me see if I can do this. Let me just load up DK real quick. I think you could have a lot of fun on throw $20, just piss, booze money, whatever, on parlaying Temple first half money line with Washington State first half money line. I think that would be interesting. Let me see if I can find this while I host that show, because I believe this show. But yeah, so let me see right here what that would be. Where the fuck is this Temple game? I think that play would be. I think it's possible. I'll just put it like that. I think okay, the Wazoo game. You kind of just don't know. You're just having faith in a rivalry game here. Why the fuck do I have all these? Let me delete these CFL plays that I was thinking about. And then why can't I find this Temple game right now? I got the Wazoo one in. Why do I not see Temple? Okay. So $20 will get you $1,040. Why shouldn't we just take a shot on this? Shouldn't we just take a shot on this $20? I think we should. I'm pulling the trigger right now. Boom. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Other games going on. There's a lot of good action going on, and BYU East Carolina. Do you want to make money? Because once again, you could add that to the card. ECU money line, easy money. You've seen it a million times, folks. Easy play. But yeah, Temple money line, Washington State money line first half. Anyone else pulling the trigger with me? $20 to make it 1,000. Let's go. Florida and Miami, Florida, I think is an interesting one too. I think Florida can stay within that number. I did load up. I think that's not a crazy money line sprinkle either. So the Gators, I think, are the play here. I think this is just the game Cristobal forgets about. So why not? Why not? Look, Florida's 1-2 unranked. Miami embarrassed them last year at the Swamp. A lot of that Florida roster still there. They remember that. And let's be honest, they didn't play that. If you take away Lagalele's 5 interceptions, they might have beat LSU. So yeah, I like it. I think Florida money line is live too. I do. Back to the ECU game. Well, the part of the logic that I like is it's Bachmeier's first ever road start. What's it? Tiger Bachmeier? Forget Tiger Bachmeier, I believe, right? Or Bear Bachmeier. It's Bear Bachmeier, I think. It's his first ever road start. He's played only Portland State and only Stanford, and now he's got to go all the way cross country to Greenville. But yeah, so that's the logic there. I like Wazoo plus 20.5 as well. And I'm with Jacob Thiessen too in the chat. Illinois. I like Illinois against Indiana. That spread's too much to me. I think that's a field goal game. I think Illinois is live on the money line. So that's 2 plays that I'm on there. Michigan State USC, the Patty C game. This line keeps creeping up. At some point, I think you got to go in on Sparty. This was at 16.5. Now it's at 19.5. At some point you got to go in on Sparty. To me, maybe when it gets to 20, you go in on Sparty. But Fresno State, Hawaii. This is an interesting one because I think this line stinks to high heaven. Midnight game on the East. Fresno laying 3.5. The over under at 56.5. Stacking the money. Green hit me up last night in Vegas saying, why should we not? Let me read you the text. Where's that text? Here it is. He goes, Colby, we didn't talk about the golden screwdriver rivalry. Hawaii smash play. And I responded, I'm on Fresno, but it does stink to high heaven. So, consider it. I have some late night locks for you also. I like UTSA minus 4.5 against Colorado State. I think Colorado State's terrible personally. They got very fortunate to beat Northern Colorado on a shitty call. I think UTSA is going to go up there and stick it to them. I also like Colorado minus 12.5 against Wyoming. They're running Ralphie for the first time. Wyoming's offense is fucking horrible. It might take all 4 quarters to get there, but I think Colorado wins by 14. So laying the buffs in that. And I think that's majority of the plays that I am on. I did take a flyer on Virginia minus the points against Stanford because I thought that line was big and I thought that line is telling you something, right? So I jumped on that late or early this morning, late last night, whatever. I think that's all the plays that I'm on. I'm trying to think if there's I actually no. I did take Virginia Tech earlier in the week minus 34.5 against Wofford. It's up to 36.5. I'm just counting on the potential of it being a Phil Montgomery spotlight game, but I saw tickets were going for $3. I need it to be packed for this thing to hit. So I don't know. I don't feel as comfortable giving that thing out if tickets are $3. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything on the board. How about for a parlay? I'm going to give you this right here. Duke parlayed minus 2.5. Oklahoma minus 6.5. Let's go. Air Force. That's what I forgot to give you. Air Force plus 11.5. I like that. I think they stay within that game. I think the money line's potentially live. I think Air Force is going to give Boise more than they bargained for this game. Let's add Kansas to that. So add Air Force, add Kansas. That's 4. And a 5th one. I think we should probably go with. I mean, personally, I kind of think Oklahoma or Utah. Let's go Utah. Texas Tech's got to prove it to you. Save your daughter parlay. That's what I'm giving out. Rico, you can get Air Force at 11.5 out there right now, just to let you know. But that might be key if it's a 4-point game and Boise scores late. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. All right, let's. I like the UTSA angle too. You could do a late night parlay. UTSA, Colorado. Maybe throw in Fresno, even though that line stinks to high heaven. Is UConn winning today? I do, but I'm not laying 21 against Ball State. UConn's fucked with me the past 2 weeks. I guess I had 8 against Syracuse, but I had the money line. So that didn't work out. Yeah, folks, can't wait to watch the games. Be back tonight. Reaction show. UTEP. That is the Bet Detective's top lock. I think him and Mac bet UTEP. I took UTEP, but I didn't lock it up because I think ULM might be a little bit better than their record. Or their last performance, I should say. All right, folks, let's enjoy these games. We'll be back tonight. Clemson first quarter down to minus 4.5. Jump in on that. Shout out to the great Troy Tuning as well. Appreciate him always. Till next time, folks. Jump in on that 4.5 Clemson. Let's go. This is the College Football Experience Morning Show. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Back tonight, recapping everything. Let's have some fun. This is the College Football Experience pregame show. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here. No, you're fine. You're fine. Let the games begin, brother.